Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Wednesday, June 28, 2017. And today in our Tech News Update, it seems that many rumors of all sorts of problems in the next iPhone. It seems Apple is facing all sorts of little details. We've been hearing a lot of, rumors that say, oh, it's going to be delayed. Well, the latest rumor, of course, is not that it's going to be delayed, but it might actually have a much lower shipment number than expected. And the reason why shipments will be much lower is that Apple is facing OLED display shortage. It seems that with the popularity of OLED displays, it's getting more and more difficult to have the quantity of OLED displays that are needed for these devices. So that's the next installment, and it seems that maybe the next iPhone will be available only in short supply from time to time. The Surface Pro 4 is Microsoft's best-selling Surface device yet. According to AdDuplex, that looks at numbers of different devices, they say that the Surface Pro 4 is really important in the sales, and actually important enough to actually make a few percentage dent in the PC makers. So this means that this device is really selling a lot. So that's very, very interesting to see that Microsoft devices are actually popular. Facebook reached 2 billion users. According to Facebook, they have now 2 billion users. Every day on Facebook, 800 million likes. That is quite an impressive number. And to thank everybody, Facebook will start rolling out a personalized experience video, and this is to thank you. I actually was able to see one of those as a friend of mine had that video available this morning. It's kind of nice, it kind of recaps the important stuff and the people that you've been communicating a lot with around you, and it's kind of a nice little design. So 2 billion users on Facebook. Well, Google has been fined $2.7 billion in the European Union, and that's for manipulating search results, abusing its dominant position, and apparently Google says, well, we're not we're not changing search results in order to favor anyone. We're just, tweaking them. But the European Union says, no, you're changing them to favor your own services. The European Union is going after pretty much every big US company with all sorts of little problems. And it seems that, well, Google is of course going to appeal. $2.7 billion is not the maximum fine that could have Google, as the European Union can fine up to 10% of your business income, meaning that you could have been fined up to almost 10 billion. Google News is getting a new look. It will be using the Material Design look, and it's already there. I've looked at it this morning. It does look a little better than it was before. Well, I'm still not impressed, but it is a better page and a better news feed, if you want, than before. So of course check it out, and I'll be posting a little video showing you the different services that Google offers that a lot of people don't know about, like Google News. In other news, 4 people were arrested in the UK for pretending to be Microsoft tech support. And I mean, this is a really huge problem. It's still ongoing, even though we're always trying to tell everybody that, there's tons of scammers out there that are calling. Fake tech support is one of the major problems, and a lot of people fall for it. So yeah, arrest them all, okay? 10 years ago this month, a revolution that changed the world happened, and it was the iPhone. First iPhone came out this month in 10 years ago. It, of course, changed forever the way that we interact and communicate. There were a lot of little devices before the iPhone, but the iPhone itself made it a revolution. For the first time, people wanted to have not just these little, cheap flip phones or anything. They wanted to have something that is a computer, a communications device. You could browse the web. You could do a lot of things. Pretty amazing. And the iPhone has really changed the way that we have our communications today. Well, Google Canada will have to remove some search results from its website. What happened is there's a Canadian company that actually got filed a complaint basically against Google because another company had stolen his intellectual property. And so they actually asked Google to remove websites, and Google had refused. So they went to court, and the court ordered Google, well, you got to remove them everywhere around the world. So Google said, well, we can remove them in Canada because it's a Canadian court, but I don't think Canadian courts have what it takes to really remove them from around the world. Well, the new judgment has fallen this morning. The Canadian Supreme Court says, yep, we do have the possibility to do this, and you need to remove this website's search results everywhere around the world with today's ruling. Now, there's a lot of problems with this ruling that people are scared because they say, well, that kind of opens the way to censorship, and where will free speech be in there? What does that mean now that you can actually order government can order Google to remove everything everywhere? That doesn't sound right for some reason. Google doesn't say that. It actually did admit that, yes, it's true that that company is actually kind of, being bad against that other company. But it's a very complex issue, and Google mostly wanted to just say, well, we're mostly talking about free speech here. So it's a very complex issue. And finally, if you have Windows 10, Cumulative Update is now available. It was released yesterday, but for some reason, not all versions actually had it for to download. But this morning I checked, and yes, it was there. So your Cumulative Update for Windows 10 is available. Check it out. A lot of bug fixes in here, and I mean a lot. There's so many things in this new Cumulative Update that fixes tons and tons of things in Windows, and also Edge and Internet Explorer. And I think it's important to just update your system. If you have some issues, this might actually fix some of those problems. And so this was the Tech News Update for Wednesday, June the 28th, 2017. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. And thank you for watching.